This is Ruben D'Souza. Thank you so much for subscribing RD Chemistry. One of the reason being pandemic situation. I started with the JE and NEET videos. One of the student by name Adnan asked me to start board syllabus portion. So I started with the alcohols, phenols and ethers. Right now I started with the coordination compounds. Thank you Adnan. I'm getting good support from the students. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Hello students, in this video I'll explain some of the definitions and the terms. So we are going to continue whatever we studied in the last class. Three types of salts are there: simple salt, double salt and the complex salt. And the complex salts are also known as the coordination compounds. Let me take cuprammonium sulfate, that is a Cu, NH3 4 times, and square bracket we write, and sulfate SO4, correct? Since this is a salt, inorganic salt, this must dissolve in water to give cation and anion. Let me write down the square bracket. Outside the square bracket, we have got sulfate SO4. What is the charge on the sulfate? 2 minus. How many negative charges are there? 2 negative charges are there. How many total positive charge should be there? 2 should be there. Correct? Number of the positive charges is equal to number of the negative charges. Okay? So remaining is the Cu, NH3, altogether 4 times. Clear? Now to begin with, we have got complex salt or coordination compound. Let me write down complex salt. This is the complex salt. Okay? And complex salt or coordination compound contains coordination entity. Outside the coordination entity, that is outside the square bracket, whatever ions are there, they are called the counter ions. That means counter ions are easily dissociate, ionizable. Okay. Now we can see, other than this coordination entity and counter ion, we also write the square bracket. What is the square bracket called as? The square bracket is called as the coordination sphere. It's a bracket, square bracket, coordination sphere. Now, what is the definition of the coordination entity? Coordination entity constitutes central metal atom surrounded by the molecules like ammonia, or it can be ions around it. Okay, so I'll write down the definition of the coordination entity. Coordination entity constitutes a central metal ion, bonded to a fixed number of ions or molecules through covalent bonds, and the covalent bond actually called as the coordinate bond. They are called as the coordinate bond. This I explained in the last class. Let me explain again. That means Cu2 plus is the central atom, correct? And around that we have got ammonia molecules. It can be neutral molecules or it can be ions around it. And these molecules have a tendency to donate electron pair to the central metal atom. Okay, and this is there in the square bracket. And outside we have got sulfate SO4 2 minus. This should be copper 2 plus. So total charge is plus 2 here. Okay, copper 2 plus is the central atom or ion. It receives electrons from the ammonia. Any substance that receives electron is called as the Lewis base. This is the Lewis acid. Any substance that accepts electron pair is called the Lewis acid. Any substance that donates electron pair is called the Lewis base. So this is according to Lewis acid base theory. And sulfate is the counter ion here. It is the counter ion, right? And we also have got square bracket. These square bracket are called the coordination sphere. They are called as the coordination sphere. It is known as the coordination sphere. Okay. So we have got coordination sphere, square bracket, coordination entity, counter ion. Okay. Now, what is the definition of coordination sphere? Coordination sphere involves central metal atom and the ions or molecules bonded to it, and they are enclosed in a square bracket, and that collectively called as the coordination sphere. Okay, clear? So coordination sphere, coordination entity, almost one and the same. Okay, to separate the counter ion from the remaining group here, we put a square bracket, because ammonia and copper 2 plus do not dissociate because they bonded to each other through coordinate bond. Outside square bracket, whatever ions are there, they are ionizable. They can dissociate them when dissolved in water. So these cannot be broken down easily. Okay, right? Now see here, if I connect the corners of these ligands, they are called the ligands here. Okay, what are ligands? These are ions or molecules. They are called the ligands. So generally ligands, what they do? They donate electron pair to the central metal atom. What are ligands? Ligands are the substances, that is molecules or ions around the central metal atom which can donate electron pairs. They are the ligands. Now if I connect the ligands like this, I'll get a particular shape. That means ligands which are bonded to the central metal atom gives a definite geometry. In this case, square planar geometry. It can be some other complexes like tetrahedral, octahedral also. Clear? So you have studied here central metal atom, counter ion, ligands, and the coordination sphere. Correct? So now we'll move on to the topic ligands. What are ligands? Ligands are the molecules or ions bonded to the central metal atom or the ion. Okay. What is the job of the ligands? Ligands donate electron pair. What they do? Ligands donate electron pair. What they do? They donate electron pair to the central metal ion, correct? Yeah. Now the ligands contain electron pair one of the atom. For example, we got ammonia contains lone pair on which atom? Nitrogen atom. Entire molecule is there, entire ammonia molecule is there. In that, only nitrogen atom contains the lone pair of electron, a pair of electron, which can be donated to the central atom, Therefore, this atom is called as the donor atom. What is donor atom? Donor atom is one which can donate electron pair to the central atom. And the donor atom is also known as the ligating atom. It's also called as the ligating atom. Okay, called as the ligating atom. Now let us see the different types of the ligands. So we'll study now classification of ligands. Now how these are classified? Ligands are classified based on the number of donor atoms. So they are classified based on the number of donor atoms. It may contain one donor atom, it may contain two donor atom, it contain three donor atom, it contain many donor atoms. Okay. So accordingly, we have got three types of ligands. What are those? First one is called as unidentate ligands. First type. Second one is called as the didentate ligands. And third one is called as the polydentate ligand. We can have tridentate, tetradentate, pentadentate, hexadentate. More than two, we classify them as the polydentate ligands. Okay. Now let me take the first one. What do you mean by unidentate ligand? Unidentate ligand. Unidentate ligand. Okay. Now uni means one, single. It is a single. Uni means single. What do you mean by unidentate ligand? Unidentate ligand means that ligand contains only one donor atom, single donor atom. That is, a ligand is bound to the central atom, bound to the central atom, through single donor atom, through single donor atom, That means, for example, you take ammonia molecule itself. In this ammonia molecule, how many donor atoms are there? Only one donor atom is there, because only nitrogen contains lone pair of electron. Hydrogen doesn't have the lone pair electron. Hydrogen cannot donate electron pair. Correct? Now, there are different types of unidentate ligands are there. It can be positive ligand, it can be negative ligand, or it can be neutral ligand. Okay. So under unidentate ligands, we have got different types. It can be neutral ligand. It can be neutral ligand. It can be neutral. Okay. And it can be negatively charged also. It can be negatively charged ligand also under unidentate. Okay. So let me give the example. H2O, water, H2O. You know that water contains two lone pair of electrons. This you have studied in VSEPR theory. Correct? Now, here, which one is the donor atom? Oxygen atom is a donor atom. So underline oxygen. So donor atom is oxygen. Now in coordination compound, there are names given to these ligands. This is known as the aqua. This is called as the aqua. Clear? This is known as the aqua. Which is the donor atom? Oxygen. So a single atom, single oxygen atom can donate only one pair of electrons. Remember, any donor atom can donate only one pair of electron. Even if there are two lone pair of electron, only one is donated. One donor atom always donate one pair of electron. Let me take ammonia, NH3. Nitrogen contains lone pair. Nitrogen is a donor atom, and the name given for this is amine. Okay, amine. Double M. Remember, double M it is amine. Then CO, we call it as the carbon monoxide. Generally, carbon can donate electron pair. So it is known as the carbonyl. It is called as the carbonyl. Clear? So all these are neutral. There is no charge on it. There is no plus. There is no minus. So water, aqua, ammonia, amine, carbon monoxide, carbonyl. Remember. Okay. Here carbon is the donor atom, ligating atom. Let me go for negatively charged ligands, unidentate. All these are unidentate ligands. Let me take Cl minus, negative charge. You know that chlorine contains altogether three lone pair of electrons and one negative charge. Okay, clear? So I need not write all the three. Understood? It can donate one lone pair of electron. So Cl, single atom here. So this is called as the chlorido. This is known as the chlorido. Okay. Similarly, Br minus, single element, bromido. It is a bromido. These names are very important to study IUPAC nomenclature. Okay. So you must remember all these ligand names. I minus, iodido, iodide becomes iodido. OH minus, hydroxide. There are two different elements, oxygen and the hydrogen. Oxygen is the donor atom, contains lone pair. There are two here, lone pairs. I'll write only one pair here. So hydroxide becomes hydroxido, right? Hydroxido. Then oxide charge minus 2, single element. Okay. So oxide become oxido, So you recall this one again and again so that you remember when you write the IUPAC nomenclature. Okay. So this is all about which one? Unidentate ligand. Only one donor atom donates electron pair. Only one donor atom donates electron pair. Now let me go for the next type, Didentate ligands. Didentate ligands. Didentate ligands. What do you mean by didentate ligand? Didentate ligand is one which can donate two lone pair of electron, two electron pair. That means there should be two donor atoms. Okay. So two donor atom donates two electron pairs. So a ligand, it is a ligand, ligand which can donate or which has two donor atoms, okay, they are bonded to the central metal atom. So here there are two examples we are going to study. One is called as the oxalato, from oxalic acid, oxalate, okay. Oxalic acid is a COOH, and COOH, I'll remove that hydrogen, I'll make it negative, like acetic acid into acetate, acetato, oxalic acid into oxalate, oxalato. Also we write OX. Now, which one donates electron pair? Oxygen donate electron pair. This oxygen donate electron pair. How many donor atoms are there? Two. Let me underline it. Okay. So this oxygen and this oxygen donate electron pair. So two donor atoms are there. Donate electron pair to which one? Central metal atom. Okay. So it is a negatively charged. Remember, this is a negatively charged didentate ligand. Negatively charged didentate ligand. Let me also write down the molecular formula. How many carbon atoms are there? There are two carbon atoms. How many oxygens are there? Four oxygens are there. How many total negative charge? Negative charge is 2 minus. Okay. So I'll write again COO minus, and it is a COO minus, two negative charges. Right? One more example let me give. Okay. That is called as the EN. Short form. What does EN stand for? EN stand for ethane. Ethane. 1,2 diamine. 1,2 diamine. See this amine. Single M it is amine. Okay. Like NH2 organic group. Here ammonia, amine, double M is there. Clear? Ethane, how many carbon? Eth carbon atom, 2 carbon, eth 2 carbon. Carbon number 1, carbon number 2. Diamine, amine group, NH2, NH2. So NH2 and NH2. Remaining valence on carbon should be CH2 and CH2 here, right? Clear? Now, which is the donor atom? Nitrogen contains lone pair of electron, can donate. Nitrogen contains lone pair electron. So therefore, nitrogen can donate electron pair. This nitrogen can also donate electron pair. How many donor atoms are there? Two donor atoms are there. Hydrogen carbon does not contain lone pair of electrons. Clear? So this is the example of neutral. This is a neutral didentate ligand. This is a neutral didentate ligand. So there is no charge on it. There is no plus, there is no minus. So assumed as zero charge. Here there are two negative charges, 2 minus we write. Clear? So these are the two didentate ligands we have to study. Clear? Now let me go for the next type, polydentate. Polydentate ligands. Polydentate ligands. Polydentate ligands. What do you mean by poly? Poly means many. Okay. Previously I studied didentate. Didentate means two donor atom. There can be three donor atom. Tridentate, tetradentate, pentadentate, hexadentate, goes on. If there are more than two, we generally call them as the polydentate. So many donor atoms are there. Many donor atoms are bonded to central metal atom. Bonded to central metal atom or ion. Okay. So one of the example you have to study is EDTA4 minus. EDTA4 minus. What is EDTA stand for? EDTA stand for ethylene. 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 E for ethylene. D stand for diamine. Diamine. T stand for tetra. T stand for tetra. A stand for acetate. Acetate. And this is the ion, correct? Negative charge is the ion, anion. So I'll simply call it the ion. Cation it is. Eighth, how many carbon atoms should be there? When I say eighth carbon atom, 2 carbon atoms should be there. Eighth means 2 carbon atom. Diamine. Okay, 2 nitrogen, 2 NH2 group, amine to NH2 group. But tetra means 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Acetate part, acetic acid, CH3COH. Okay, so I'll be writing CH2COO minus acetate ion, CH2COO minus, CH2COO minus. Here also CH2COO minus. How many acetate groups are there? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's see the chart. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. What is how much? Minus 4 it is. Okay. We'll satisfy the valence of carbon. It should be CH2 here. It should be CH2 here. Nitrogen valence is how much? 3. And carbon is 4 and here satisfied. Now, carbon does not contain. Here carbon does not have lone pair. Nitrogen contains lone pair. Nitrogen has got lone pair of electron. These oxygens have got lone pair of electron. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 oxygens are there and 2 nitrogen atom can donate electron pair. Okay, this can donate electron pair. Remember, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Altogether, how many are there? 6 donor atoms are there. 6 donor atoms are present. 6 donor atoms. So this is an example of hexadentate ligand. Hexadentate ligand. Hexadentate ligand. Hexadentate ligand. Right? Hexadentate ligand. So what are the 6 donor atoms? Two nitrogen atoms. Correct? And remaining 4 oxygen atoms are the donor atom. Altogether how many are there? 6 donor atoms are there. Clear? So one type of hexadentate ligand. And what is the name of this one? EDTA4 minus, which stands for ethylene diamine tetraacetate. We have got a word called the denticity. What is the denticity? Denticity means number of donor atoms. Number of donor atoms. Donor atom per molecule. Per molecule. When I say unidentate ligand, denticity is 1. Didentate ligand, denticity is 2. Hexadentate ligand, denticity is 6. That means number of donor atoms present in that particular given ligand molecule. Okay. So in this video, we have studied types of the ligands. That's all for this video. In the next video, I'll continue the types of the ligands. There are some more types are there. I'll continue in the next video. Thank you for watching.